Hello again, YouTube. This is the Truth Blast, blasting you with the truth. And as I do this one is probably going to cause some trouble. And let me just say this before I do it. Because if anybody tries to frame me, or any foul players involved because this truth, I'm about to expose some people on this. Just know, the Truth Blast will never kill anyone unless it's self-defense. I will never rob no banks. I don't steal. I'm gonna keep my hands to myself. Not gonna sexually assault anyone or anything. Just understand that they know how to alter your voice and they have the technology to place you in places that you're not in. Because there's people in this world that think they're really God. And this one, I would like to entitle, The Sneaky Plan of the Big I. You know who. The sneaky plan of the Big I, the Illuminati. Now I'm noticing, I saw Kaepernick's commercial, and I was thinking about a couple of the people that was mentioned in there, and I do like how LeBron James does things in the community and tries to speak on behalf of blacks. But when I noticed that Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, people who never seem to care, people who, when you look at the mates that they chose for themselves, it seems like there's something else there. Serena Williams, when you look at the mates they choose for themselves, I see what the plan is. It's no longer to hang them from trees. It's no longer to lock them in jail for nothing. It's to get them to exterminate, get us to exterminate ourselves and to eliminate us with mixing. It's kind of like you cooking something on the stove and you put a candy bar in there, and your recipe is for the candy bar to disappear into the food, whatever it is you're making, whether it's a cake or whatever you would be making. That's what's going on, and I'm going to talk about it today. And again, like all of you, I get it. The Illuminati, all of them are human. Some of them are straight from below with technology giving them an outer cover. But if you are strong like you say you are, you will let this go forward and you'll carry on with your business, and we'll see if I'm right about this. But see, what the Illuminati does is they eliminate people who come against it. Or on YouTube, they'll push your videos to the back. Because it's obvious that if anything has a lot of views, stuff that has a lot of views, people are more apt to watch it. So the things that they don't want you to know, they keep the view count down. And that's weak. That's weak. That's personal bias. This is supposed to be freedom of speech. And that's why when people use words like nigger and all this, don't just let them do it. Because we need the freedom of speech to stay in place. We don't need somebody telling us how to talk. The Most High gave us all voices, and our voices can say whatever we choose to say. We don't need to mess with freedom of speech. And all y'all talking about politics this, politics that, people died to vote. You don't need to mess with freedom of speech. Now I want to talk a little bit about this plan, the sneaky plan. Phase 1, like I said, melt any chocolate all the way down. The Illuminati and racist masqueraders do not want anything around that looks like the original people. They want everyone to look like this. Or this. The Most High made us all different for a reason. There are 16 personality types, 12 birth signs, because he wants us all to be different. Now, let me say this. Kaepernick, Harry Belafonte, Serena, here's the thing. A person has every right, just like you have freedom of speech, you have freedom to choose whoever it is that you want to be with. But history in the United States of America, Snakes of America, whatever you want to call this country, tells us that for you to properly lead blacks, you got to be all in. You can't be, and like I say, don't take this the wrong way. I'm going to clarify it because I know people will try to twist. You can't be married to somebody white. Your interests are divided. And lead blacks. You just can't. Because your interests will be divided. How are you going to come against things that are done intentionally in this country if you yourself are halfway there? Now you can agree with this or disagree with that, but you can't lead because your interests are going to be divided. That's the main reason. And these preachers, they do stuff like this. So I'm going to teach you in the coming weeks as to how the Most High wants you to believe. And it's not through these religions of the world, because all of these religions are tied to the sneaky plan as well. And I'm going to talk about it a little bit. I probably will do something directly discussing this later. But these fake pastors and mixers cannot lead us. The religious beliefs of the world will do more to keep people away from the Most High than bring them before him. And the time is coming where all skin colors will be together fighting. But it's not now because of brainwashing. And let me repeat that. This is not the time for unity and integration because of brainwashing. If you try to do it now, all you're going to do is eliminate anything about black. That's all you're going to do. And that's why this is what they want. They putting people on the forefront who married to this person, married to that person, whether it's ghosts on power. They putting people, they elevating, or Tiffany Haddish or Serena, they elevating certain people because they're trying to sneakily push that agenda.
Next to me, and then Elizabeth's husband was like, "Man, I hope we don't get caught in this elevator." And I was like, "It's gonna be some pretty ass babies in this elevator."
If you want to make this money, you gotta be a little more quiet because you gotta wait till you get that money. Just go
I took it as a
play
joke.
that little game.
But he said, "Well, if I'm single in a year, if you're single in a year, maybe we can get together and see what happens." And I was like, "Oh my
You can't come out here or whatever.
for real?"
And then stop saying,
I'm gonna hold you to that.
go to jail.
And then I did some research.
Yeah.
And he got a gang of kids. I can't do it.
We fear the
He got a gang of kids. I can't do it.
And there's a lot of people out there speaking and talking about this and that and how we need to unite and this and that. And they secret puppets. You know who you is. Mr. Pro-Black. You know who you is. Don't nobody care. That's why I don't wear no beard. Because some of these dudes with beards is a joke. A straight up joke. And I cut mine on purpose. And the Most High is not mad at me for doing it. You got people out there with beards that ain't gonna help nobody, hiding from people, scared they're gonna ask them for something. Man, get out of here. Extreme people who appear to hate races of color, races and certain colors of people, they don't do nothing but add to the problem. See, I don't hate white people, and there's no need to hate white people for me to say what I need to say. There's no need. We must form up our communities without hate. And there's no need, like I said, to hate white people to do it. No need to look down on those who are already in interracial marriages or their children. But looking forward, just know that this is part of the elimination plan. Just know, those of y'all that's not married yet, just know, those of y'all who's single, just understand that they want you to look at Kaepernick, Serena, and Ghost on Power, and all of these people who are not even married. They getting their fame off of all the things that we know, keeping it real and acting a certain way. But yet, they themselves have no direct interest in being in the forefront with a black husband, black wife. They don't. So, just know that's part of the plan. Now, many white people are cool, and I like a lot of them. You can live around them. A lot of time they don't be on that garbage. They're not trying to break in your house when you go on vacation. Not many of them. Some of them will. Meth heads, all that, they got their share of garbage too. Every race does. Every skin color does. But for the most part, the ones that go to work every day, got houses, own houses, got cars, boats, all that, they never gonna break in your house. And that's why here you see people that leave their door open. They don't even really lock their doors because they live around people just like them. And then those type that you hear me talking about in my video, those type whose skin color look like us, they look like us, but they steal and they destroy and they give us a bad name. Those type sneak in and they starting to rob them too. Giving us all a bad name. Because they don't know how to act. So like I said, there's no need to look down on people already in interracial and all this. Their interest going to be divided. To this to be done, you really can't go after them. Not at this time, not till the last days when we in the apocalypse and all of us are going to be together. But now, like I said, is not the time. They want it to be the time because it's part of their little sneaky plan. And I saw a picture on Yahoo with how the people would look, and I think it said 2050. Like man, what, they gonna eliminate us? Look that up. So like I said, many of them, make good friends. But I will not be blind to the truth, even with white friends. And then you have these. You have the females who marry into the royal family and who are out in the forefront shaking their butt. No, they don't represent what we need to be represented. And it don't make no difference. At first I was, can't nobody tell me. I supported Obama. He didn't do nothing. I supported Kaepernick until I saw that this is an agenda. When they gave him a commercial, I knew that this was an agenda. And mark my words, I will say this. I guarantee you that Kaepernick is going to sign with some symbolic team. More than likely the Oakland Raiders, because Oakland was the center for the Black Panther movement. So I wouldn't be surprised if they make him Derek Carr's backup, or they try to switch his position or some stuff. Wouldn't surprise me none if he becomes a receiver with the Oakland Raiders or something, or on certain formation, he in the game. I'm telling you. So These can't lead. And a lot of you women are wondering why you are not married. Save yourselves for marriage. That dude talking you into dropping your drawers is going to be the reason why 20 years from now you won't be married. He going to be the reason. Save yourself. You walk around looking for human donkeys. You gonna mess your insides up, and then the guy for you gonna come along, and you ain't gonna be good sexually. I told you, I'm a truth blaster. Your stuff gonna be ruined. It's gonna be all beat up. Too late. It's gonna be too late, and ain't nobody gonna want to commit to that and get that on a regular basis. Nobody. This is like, and you have to look at him if he do. Either he just trying to live off you or some other strange reason. But people be wanting something good in that bed. I told you I'm a truth black. I'm going to tell you the truth. So, like I said, those called black men, right? For the most part, they don't think for themselves. I was telling the kid, like, look, man, how are you shopping at Saks at Fifth Avenue, getting those Giuseppe shoes? I didn't even know what it was until I was talking to these kids, because like I say, I deal with the youth. And he was showing me these Balmain pants, it was $1,600, and these Giuseppe shoes that was like $700, $500, but yet you live in the ghetto. Something is wrong with that picture. See, black people think they in tune if they just stay in an area where they are very likely to get shot, get killed for some shoes. While Giuseppe Gizzanati, or whatever his name is, got his toes in his pool floating on the inner tube. People will be getting killed for his shoes in the inner cities all over this country. When you should be taking that money and stacking that money, if you in a legal activity, you should be stacking that money to get out and do something productive with your life. Do something productive with your life. So they let paid off rappers and movie people trend set for them. You can't be ghost unpowered unless you want to be locked up. And who is Ghost married to? I can rest my case. And this Tiffany Haddish chick. Wow. Y'all is blind, man. Y'all really blind, man. Y'all run to the movies to strengthen oppressors, to strengthen people who putting people out who they know ain't gonna help you, who they know ain't gonna help the inner city. And we run to these movies and get revenue for them to give to people who gonna give it to other countries and gonna give it to you know who. You know who. So that's how I can understand why Cat Williams shouldn't even apologize. He should have just stood by what he said. But he probably apologized for some type of monetary gain. He probably really wasn't sorry. He knew what he was doing. He knew what he was saying. But if somebody gave you, like Netflix probably made him apologize. Because like he said, Netflix cut him a check for $3 million. That $3 million will make people apologize even when they're not sorry. So, like I said, I see why he went in on her. And he mentioned Miss Laura, right? And back in my former days, I saw Miss Laura in stand-up, and she had me crying tears, man. But yet we don't see her in movies like that. It must be something. She must not be the female version of Sambo like they want. Because she was hilarious. She stole the show. And they had D.L. Hughley was in that show. They had some funny people in that show. John Witherspoon was in the show. So like you said, I believe she's a female Sambo. Yet she gets credit like she's a real sister or something. And she loves and dates only white guys, it seems. Like she got exposed. Like she was married to a white guy, and basically she started making comments about A-list celebrities, how she wanted to sleep with them and all this. And now, bam, right in the forefront. See, you can get rich. One thing about this economy is you can get rich real easy. Either be a preacher who talks about nothing but material possessions, wears nice things, has a nice car, people follow you, or if you're in the other versions of the entertainment world, elevate white people. You there. You there. You'll make it. So, I'm tired of hearing about this chick. I don't see nothing funny. I don't see nothing funny. But the big eye will put you in front, though. Now, let's look at the scripture. We got to add some scripture. I always like to add scripture. Deuteronomy 28:64 says, moreover, the Most High will scatter you among all the peoples from one end of the earth to the other. There you shall serve other gods of wood and stone, which your fathers have not known. Our fathers that was before the Most High, righteous. They was not cross-dressing. They wasn't men trying to be women and women trying to be men. That's those other gods that he's talking about. And what other gods is he talking about? Besides that, I'm a stud and guys with stilettos on. What, you gonna block this now, YouTube? This is what he talking about. It's one thing to want money for freedom in your family. It's another to want it for fame and power. Money will give you space from the unintelligent thinkers and idiots in the world. I don't want to come out of my driveway every day and see people, oh, you got 50 cent. What you need 50 cent for, man? You ain't gonna get no house with 50 cent. You got this, you got that. Unintelligent and idiots. You into it with this guy, your bullet's going through this person's house that didn't have nothing to do with it. You're low life, you're low grade. I don't want to live around these types, and I'm not ashamed to admit it. Yes, I'm from Black unity. Yes, I'm from Black forming up communities, but communities without the ones who destroy the community. We ought to take them far out and leave them out there. Let them hash it out amongst themselves. Buy lands far out, and people who want to sell drugs, kill each other, rob each other and all that, just throw them all around, give them their own gated community, and let them do whatever they want. But you're not a sister, you're not a brother. If you're turning your back on your own, if you hate yourself, if you're killing your own, you're destroying your own, you're not among us. I'm so sick of hearing this. And I don't want to hear none of you older people who act like you're a little kid. You married, you cheating on your wife, but yet you want to talk about what's best for the 20s and 30s and 40-somethings. And you 50 years old, you 60 years old, and you walking around here like you a teenager or something. Messing around on your wife, messing around on your husband. You're not the answer either. You can't teach. You teach by example. You teach by example. and all them black this, black that, sitting in coffee shops and McDonald's and all these other places. But yet, you're not helping anybody. You're not adding to the solution. All you're doing is talking. Whether you're old or young, if all you're doing is talking, shut up. You're not helping. You're not helping the situation. You're not helping. So who cares if you don't like my hair, my shoes, my views? And you know something? Out of all of you with Afrocentric hairstyles and beards, hardly any are truly Afrocentric. Thousands of guys with locks and beards in the black community are beating on women, killing men and women, selling drugs, wreaking complete havoc. Why do you want to put up a false facade? Why do you want to look like you are a direct positive representative of those of us who are called black? But yet, look at your behavior. You rolling up on cars. Pop, 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 pop. Okay, you just helped the Ku Klux Klan. You just helped the Illuminati. You had to kill that guy. You just helped him. You just helped him. We don't need you. Take them all far out. Let them all have their own gated community. Give them a big plot of land. All these, put the child molesters out there with them. Gang members who don't want to change. Drug dealers. People who want to climb through people's window and take all their stuff. People who want to steal cars. They call it, in Milwaukee, they call it fat, S-H-I-T. I'm riding something fat, but that something fat ain't yours. Put them out there too. Don't say, they just kids. Man, these dudes is finding guns. They stealing guns. They breaking in gun shops. They just kids. No, you're just a dummy. They just kids. You're a dummy. Your education don't mean nothing. Keep letting these dudes out on the street and they steal somebody's car and running over babies, all kind of other strange stuff. It's the plan of the big eye, the Illuminati. Frame, lie, frame, chaos. Divide with false religion, and I'm going to talk about that too. Most religions worship the host of heaven, and the Most High warned us about it. All these religions, Islam, Christianity, are tied to the planet Saturn, and we're going to talk about that in the future. Tied to the planet Saturn. Rome is the center for Christianity. And Rome, what was it called before it was called Rome? Saturnia. I'm going to teach you about it. Because they're trying to mix black people out. Phase 1. Phase 2. Get rid of all religious beliefs. Illuminati preachers purposely getting caught in scandals. Real preachers not getting caught in those scandals. Never cheated on their wife. Illuminati preachers caught in scandals. Touching somebody's breasts on nationwide TV. Come on, man. That's obvious. And how are you representing all of it? As a matter of fact, this preacher is from Detroit. Massive church. I can imagine how much all the cars in this driveway are worth. Yet Detroit is one of the worst, poorest cities there is and got some of the richest preachers. Not trying to hear you say what you want about me, but if you man enough to say it to my face, let's debate about it. You want to debate about the Bible, you want to debate about historical religious beliefs, I'll take on any one of you little fake progressives, and I'll take on any one of you preachers. Any one of you. Because I know I didn't call myself as no prophet. I've been studying this stuff for a while. I'll take on any one of you. You got people that's talking about we should be following the ancient Egyptian belief. The ancient Egyptian belief is the very signs of the Freemasons and the Illuminati. Pyramids. Come on now. And then you got other people that's saying, well, Jesus this, Jesus that, Muhammad this, Muhammad that. You know what? I ain't going to even get into that. We're going to talk about that later. We're going to talk about that a little later. You're right, though. It's time to unite. Think right. Worship right. Let's separate ourselves, like I said, from even the false among us. I don't call every black person a brother or sister. Some of these people act like they're your worst enemy, especially when I was in Texas. I almost was homeless because of black. They were all black. I'm working in this place. They sitting there and targeting me, gave me no choice but to quit. And the lady was black, a churchgoer. A churchgoer who was fornicating and starting stuff with everybody at work. And she's the reason why practically everybody's quitting that job. And the supervisor listens to her because he's been working with her for years. And these are black people. So don't tell me all these people are brothers and sisters. I have a brother, I have two sisters, and we have our differences, but they ain't never tried to destroy me. Come on, man. I know the difference between an enemy and a brother and a sister. People only want to live around whites for two reasons. One, the negative reason was self-hatred. Or two, to get away from the downtrodden, the troublemakers in our neighborhoods, which I can understand. So I think I said enough about this. I probably revisit this Remember, the secret plan to get rid of progressive black people, the Black Wall Street type, they want to get rid of. They want to get rid of that mindset. They want to get rid of that way of thinking, and they want to integrate and have a world full of politically correct people who will not tell the truth. And two, they want to divide and keep the world divided with religions that they created themselves, and most of the religions of the world trace back to Saturn. And the Most High wants you to learn how to worship him the right way. Those are the two main components of the big I. You know the I I'm talking about. The word to start with an I and end with an I. Make sure you subscribe, share this video. Hopefully YouTube be adults about this and let this play out and let people see it.